Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. And this, you've seen this same graphic a couple of times over the last couple of days. And the gentleman is going to cut it out. And he's thinking the squiggles now are too thin. So we're going to look at it. And I believe they are too thin. I made this side thicker already in just a few steps. So I thought I'd show him and how you could do that. And they are quite thin. You can take your parallel dimension tool, and that's a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch. All depends on what you're going to do with it. You don't have to make the whole thing thicker. But the way I would look at this, after you spend all this time doing this, these lines are fine. And for the person I'm doing the video, and this is the last file you sent me, you've got some double lines here. I can just see them, maybe even triple lines. So you need to kind of check that before you cut, because you're going to cut them out, and they're going to cut out 2 or 3 times. I can just see it. So you need to kind of look at that. This one right here is at least a double line, if not a triple line. So kind of look at that, smart fill it, move it over, and maybe we'll do that at the end. But how I would make this contour after you've done all this work, to make it just a little bit thicker, instead of starting all the way over, is just draw a rectangle around your graphic. Then take the Smart Fill tool and fill this in and nudge it out of the way. Left click, right click, go up to range, effects, contour. We're going to contour to the inside in black 1/10 of an inch. We don't need that anymore for right now. I'm going to go to range and break contour apart. Whoop. I'm going to grab the center contour and I'm going to move it over. And you can see how it's made our contour thicker, or our graphic thicker. I'm going to go to this red, and I'm going to go to range, and it should be, I'm evidently not picked on it. Well, the triangle, my rectangle is stopping me, or my graphic is. Tell you what, let me move my rectangle out of the way. Tell you what, let me grab the whole thing. Arrange. Well, it's appearing that it's a group together. So let's just move everything back. We don't need this old one. And I'm going to take the virtual segment delete key. Well, I messed up right there. Let me start all the way over. I need my rectangle a little bit taller. Let me back up completely. I need this rectangle a little bit taller to get my flower. And maybe I'll make it a little bit wider. That doesn't really matter. Smart Fill, move it over, left click, right click, arrange, effects, contour to the inside, go up to arrange, break contour apart, did it again. Whenever you're using the Smart Fill tool. So there's our new contour. We can zoom in here, and we do not need this red box anymore. And here's our new contour. We can take the virtual segment delete key, and once we delete a line, then we can go to range. We have to click on it. Well, it's still not letting me do it. It's like it's a curve. I should be able to click on it. Tell you what, it's grabbing something else. There we go. Break curve apart. Then when you grab the red, it will delete bigger sections of it than having to use the virtual segment delete key. Now, I know this looks a little confusing. We need to go to this top and get our shape tool and bring this part over to our line. Then we can delete that line, delete that little nib right there, and then we need to stop it on this side. So all I'm doing is I'm stopping my cut from cutting too far. Now we cut the outside and the inside of that line and it's gone. Now we just need to double check, and I know I'm making this more difficult than it is. We need to check, and Mike, this is a double line right here. You can just see it. Maybe even a triple line. So, but we're gonna fix that when we smart fill it. Now that looks pretty good. This part right here, you could do the same thing. Smart fill that, move it over, and left click, right click, and contour the inside, which it already did. Break contour apart, grab the inside and make it, nudge it back over to the outside. Then we just need to delete this inner part. And now we have a thicker wall. This thinner wall right here probably won't break because it's being protected. And then we need to do one more thing because we contoured it. We need to take these two nodes and move them over to that line. Then we can get rid of this line. Now, I got rid of too much. I have to break the curve apart. Then I can use the virtual segment delete key and delete that. I know I'm making this look more complicated than it is. Now here's what I was saying about the double lines. When we smart fill it and nudge it over, we can get rid of that. We can left click, right click, and now we don't have any double lines. All your double lines are gone, and this is quite a bit thicker than the previous one. Let's look at them side by side. Now you need to do the same thing for these, and just be taking a triangle and doing that and smart filling this. That's all that's really to it. It's going to be a lot faster than starting over. Even though you probably got this down, and you know, like these flowers are really close, you could almost join them, but they're not going to break. Now let's see how thick they are now. We went from a 1/15 of an inch to almost 3/8 of an inch thick. You might not want to go that far, but that still looks good. It's a good looking graphic. Mike, you did a good job, and that's what it's going to look like. Take away the outline, just make it all black. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. I think these lines will be good because they're not going to break because they're interior. These exterior ones are the ones that could cause you problems, but you could do the exact same thing on there, and I think it actually kind of looks cool. Now this is real thin, so you're going to have to do it on both those. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.